Hi.
Hola.
Hi, hier ist Mr. Döse.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the women's Nike Magista Opus 2 version 2 in the new Motion Blur Pack colorway. Now for those that don't know, the Motion Blur Pack also had a women's release this time around, which as you can see in comparison to the men's, which is mostly white with some Volt, this is all Volt with this kind of teal, well it's technically chlorine blue, and white accents, which looks very, very good actually in person. Now, of course, this is a women's boot as well. I'm a guy, obviously, and a lot of you guys are going to be asking, how can I wear these? Aren't they different in terms of fit and sizing? They're different in regards to sizing, but not different in regards to fit. And we'll explain that in today's video. So if you want to learn more about these, if you're a guy, you like this colorway, you absolutely can wear them. Stick around, watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair for yourself, I'll leave a pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $230 retail price. Of course, being a top-end model from Nike, they do come with a string bag in matching colors, which is always nice to have. But let's take a look at the shoes. Now, obviously the colorway, very bright, solid Volt yellow for pretty much the entire upper. Then you're gonna find that chlorine blue accent color for the liner and insole, the outline for the Nike swoosh on both sides, and then the stud tips are also in what is kind of like a teal turquoise color, I guess is the best way to describe it. The bottom of the sole plate has almost like a tan color to it, as you can see, Volt around the edges, and then you do have your white swooshes on both sides of the boot. So pretty straightforward in regards to colorways. If you don't like Volt from Nike, you're probably gonna hate these, but let me know what you guys think of them down below in the comment section. In regards to the construction of this shoe, this is the newest variation of the Opus 2. So if you haven't seen the new version, this is the Opus 2 version 2. So instead of having the kind of Nike skin dots throughout the entire upper that was a Kangalite base before, now it's just a straight up Kangalite upper with the 3D texturing taken from the Magista Opus 2. So there's still no Flyknit in the construction, but it's a much more traditional design in regards to what we've seen in the past from the CTR 360 line, which transitioned into the Magistas. A lot of people were upset about this, but this is essentially a reinvention of the Maestri 3 from the CTR 360 line. So if you really like those, this is essentially that same shoe re-released with a slightly different feel overall. So the 3D texturing to the Kangalite upper, Kangalite being a synthetic material that essentially is a synthetic designed to mimic the feel of natural kangaroo leather. So you get some softness to it. It still is relatively thin, I would say, but it does have a slightly padded feel. And obviously with the 3D texturing, you get a much more dampened sensation than you would get from just a flat surface material. So that in that regard, it reminds me a lot of the Magista Opus 2, and that is my personal favorite aspect of the Opus 2. So I really, really like how these feel. The upper is soft, it's flexible, and what's great about Kangalite, being that it is a synthetic, is that you get 90% of the feel of leather. It's not exactly like natural leather in terms of mimicking, I guess, the softness of it, but it still is soft, it's still flexible, and because it's synthetic, there's really no maintenance. You don't have to put any leather cream. They're very easy to clean. There's no stitching to it. They maintain their shape much nicer. It's not going to overstretch on you, and also it's not going to absorb as much water, and synthetic is in general going to be lighter than leather as well. So there's a lot of benefits to synthetic boots over leather, which is why we're seeing so many synthetic boots nowadays versus leather, which was much more popular going back 20 years now. As far as the lacing system is concerned, it's just like the other Magista, so it's pushed slightly to the medial side of the shoe, but I would say for the most part, it's right down the middle. The bottom three lacing positions are one piece. The top three has an independent tongue with a memory foam strip running down the middle. And then you do have ACC, all conditions of control, as your wet control element as well. Not really a major feature in my opinion. The heel liner is a nice synthetic suede at the very back, and then you have your synthetic leather on the sides. Insole, fully removable. I'll give you guys a quick look at that. It is made from a mesh liner on top, single layer of yellow foam, and then you get the pour-on inserts at the front and back of the shoe, which is really, really nice. Really solid insole, pretty much the same one you would get with the Tiempo Legend 6s. So I'll throw this back in the shoe. The sole plate and stud pattern, identical to what you would find on the Obra. It's a TPU plastic construction, really good flexibility to it. And of course, this is the firm ground variation as well. It offers pretty good traction. Again, not too far off from the Tiempos, maybe a little bit lower to the ground, a little bit more stable, but ultimately it does get the job done really, really nicely on firm natural grass. In regards to weight, these guys, which are a size 11 US women's, the equivalent of a 9.5 men's, which I'll get to in just a second, weigh in at 7 ounces exactly, which is pretty light actually. It's the same weight as the Obra 2, right around there, and much lighter than I think you might expect from a shoe that fits and feels this way. So if you want that kind of dampened leather-like sensation, because obviously this isn't true leather, it's actually synthetic, in a package that is nice and lightweight on your feet, this is definitely something that you should consider. That's enough about the tech specs though. Let's take a look at the fit and feel on feet and talk about the sizing, because this is of course a women's shoe. Before we get to that though, let's take a look at the laces. You can see on the right shoe I actually swapped in some turquoise reflective SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, I thought they accented really nice with this colorway. The website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You'll see the website on screen. There'll be a pop-up on screen as well, and a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check that out. Obviously putting them on, not that big of a deal. It is one piece through the midfoot area right here, the bottom 3 lacing positions. So it'll fit a little bit more snug, but I would say that is for the betterment of the fit in that it does feel nice and secure on your foot. It's not gonna open up on you when you're playing either. So it just maintains the tightness of the boot over an entire playing session. That's what I really like about the one-piece designs and the dual lace hole systems that they have. Put the other shoe on really quickly as well. Again, because the top 3 lacing positions are independent, your opening to put them on is actually quite large, bigger than what you would get even from the Legend 6s, I would say. So putting them on, I would say, is pretty easy. If you've tried like a Vapor 11 on or a Vapor 10 even, where the opening's quite small, this is significantly easier than that. So if you tried that and didn't like it, this is gonna feel a lot better for you. So I'll just tie these up really, really quickly, and we'll talk about the sizing thing here, because obviously, again, these are women's boots. So the way Nike's sizing works for women's is it's just a sizing conversion and obviously different colorways, but they don't change the construction, they don't change the last, they don't change the shape of the shoe, they don't change the width. It's the exact same boot as the men's variation, just in women's sizing. So all you have to do is take your size in the men's version and go up 1.5 sizes. In the Magista line, which runs half a size small, normally I'd wear a 9 US, I bump it up to a 9.5. That's my size in the Magistas. So for the women's variation, I go up 1.5 sizes. So 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11. That is 1.5 sizes, and you get the exact same fit, an equivalent, if you will. There's no difference in the shape, there's no difference in the fit, there's no difference in the sizing. You just have to do that 1.5 size up conversion from your men's variation. Again, this is for Nike only. Other brands are gonna vary, but for Nike, go up 1.5 sizes and you'll have the equivalent fit, which is really, really nice because they get some pretty interesting colorways with the women's colorway pack releases. And these, again, if you like Volt Yellow, there's a lot to like about these. In regards to the fit though, very comfortable. The Kangalite material is nice and soft, and it does soften up as you wear them in. Not necessarily like actual leather will, but it does have a nice flexible feel to it. Doesn't feel stiff in any way at all. The fit and width of the shoe is pretty good. I would say the Magista line along with the Tiempos are probably the 2 widest lines on offer from Nike right now. So if you do have wider feet, these should fit you quite comfortably. They're not super, super wide, but I will say that they fit most people. And again, the sizing, if you want to wear the women's version, go up 1.5 sizes, but the Magista line in general, if you're just trying to figure out your size there, they do run a half size small. So please keep that in mind as well. So that is pretty much it, guys, for my review of the women's Nike Motion Blur Pack Magista Opus 2 version 2. It's a really, really long name now. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the little eye in the corner of the screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $230 retail price. If you have any questions regarding these shoes, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.